The Princess and the King, a tale of kindness and love. A lush, magical kingdom at sunrise. The camera pans over rolling hills, a sparkling river, and a grand castle in the distance. Birds chirp, and the soft sound of a harp plays in the background. The scene is vibrant and alive, as if the kingdom itself is breathing. Once upon a time, in a land where the sun kissed the earth with golden light, and the rivers sang lullabies to the trees, there lay a kingdom unlike any other. This was the kingdom of Eldoria, a place of beauty, wonder, and magic. But the true magic of Eldoria was not in its towering castles or shimmering landscapes. It was in the heart of a young princess who called this place home. The princess, Amara, walking through the village. She is dressed in a simple yet elegant gown, her hair flowing freely in the breeze. She stops to help an elderly woman carry a basket of apples, her smile warm and genuine. Princess Amara, softly, "Here, let me help you with that, grandmother. You shouldn't have to carry such a heavy load." Elderly woman, grateful, "Thank you, dear child. You're too kind. The gods truly blessed us when they gave us you." The princess smiles humbly and continues her walk through the village. Children run up to her, tugging at her dress, begging her to play with them. She kneels down, laughing as she joins their game. Princess Amara was not like the royals of old. She didn't hide behind palace walls or demand obedience from her people. Instead, she walked among them, her heart open and her hands ready to serve. She believed that a ruler's duty was not to be served, but to serve. And serve she did, with a kindness that knew no bounds. The king, Alaric, stands on a balcony overlooking the kingdom. His expression is stern, his eyes heavy with the weight of responsibility. He watches the princess in the distance, his gaze lingering on her as she laughs with the children. King Alaric, to himself softly, how does she do it? How does she find joy in such simple things? His advisor, Lord Cedric, approaches, breaking the king's reverie. Lord Cedric, Your Majesty, the council awaits your presence. The matter of the northern borders cannot be delayed any longer. King Alaric, sighing, of course. Tell them I'll be there shortly. The king takes one last look at the princess before turning away, his face hardening once more as he prepares to face the burdens of his crown. King Alaric was a ruler of great strength and wisdom, but the weight of his crown had left little room for joy. He had spent years building a kingdom of order and prosperity, but in doing so, he had forgotten the warmth of kindness until he saw her. The king, disguised as a commoner, walks through the village. He wears a simple cloak and carries a satchel, his face partially hidden by a hood. He watches the princess from a distance as she helps a young boy fix a broken wooden horse. Princess Amara, gently, "Here, let's see if we can mend this. A little glue, a little patience, and your horse will be as good as new." Young boy, excited, "Thank you, princess. You're the best." The king is struck by the sincerity in her voice and the joy on the boy's face. He steps closer, drawn to her light like a moth to a flame. King Alaric, disguised softly, "You have a way with people, my lady." The princess looks up, surprised but not alarmed by the stranger's presence. Princess Amara, smiling, "Kindness costs nothing, but it can mean everything, don't you think?" The king is taken aback by her words, his heart stirring in a way it hasn't in years. He nods, unable to find the right words to respond. And so, the king began to visit the village in secret, drawn by the princess's kindness and the way she made him feel alive. Each day he returned, shedding a little more of his royal armor and revealing the man beneath. Montage. The king and princess share moments together, walking through the village, dancing at a festival, and sitting by the river, deep in conversation. The chemistry between them grows, and the kingdom seems to glow brighter with their connection. Princess Amara, laughing, "You're not like the other villagers, are you? There's something different about you." King Alaric, smiling, "Perhaps. Or perhaps you bring out the best in everyone you meet." princess blushes, looking away shyly. The king reaches out, gently tilting her chin so their eyes meet. King Alaric, softly. You have a gift, Amara. A light that touches everyone around you. I've never met anyone like you. The princess's breath catches, her heart racing as she realizes the depth of his feelings, and her own. As the days turned into weeks, the king and princess grew closer, their bond deepening with each passing moment. But the king knew he couldn't keep his identity hidden forever. The time had come to reveal the truth. The king stands before the princess in the village square, his hood lowered to reveal his face. The villagers gasp, bowing in reverence, but the princess stands frozen, her eyes wide with shock. Princess Amara, stammering, You're the king. King Alaric, gently, I am. And I'm sorry for deceiving you, Amara. I only wanted to know the woman who had captured the hearts of my people, and, in doing so, captured mine as well. The princess steps back, her mind racing. She feels a mix of emotions, betrayal, confusion, but also a flicker of hope. Princess Amara, softly, Why? Why would you hide who you are? King Alaric, sincerely, Because I wanted to know the real you, not the princess who curtsies and obeys, but the woman who laughs with children and helps strangers without a second thought. You've shown me what it means to truly rule, not with power, but with love. The princess looks into his eyes, seeing the vulnerability and sincerity in his gaze. Slowly, she smiles, her heart softening. Princess Amara, teasing, Well, Your Majesty, you certainly know how to make an impression. The king laughs, relief washing over him as he takes her hand. King Alaric, Does this mean you forgive me? Princess Amara, Perhaps. But only if you promise to keep visiting the village, not as a king, but as the man I've come to care for. The king nods, his heart swelling with love and gratitude. King Alaric, I promise. The king and princess stand hand in hand on the castle balcony, looking out over their thriving kingdom. The camera zooms out, showing the kingdom in all its glory as the music swells. And so, the king and princess ruled together, not just with wisdom and strength, but with kindness and love. Their story became legend, a reminder that the greatest power of all is the power to touch hearts.